Hello everybody. Today's topic is maybe a little weird, maybe a little funny, maybe a little extraordinary. You will see. Angelica asked me if I will speak about ghosts, but like ghosts, why some people can see it, why some people can feel it, but others cannot. So really easy to make comparison why some people are open for this and some are just closed like a lock. You cannot enter this. So definitely, as all of you know, ghosts exist. I spoke about this topic maybe a few weeks ago. So definitely, ghosts are here for us, for them. Those are like, I would say, lost souls who didn't go to the other side, who didn't go to the light, and they are still here to make some issues, some problems to us sometimes. Usually people can sense them, or a lot of people can also see them, that you can see like faces or shapes or I don't know, some shadows or whatever. I remember my daughter when she was being like 2.5, she saw like really like few times really strongly, like two times for two ghosts. First time has been like that. She's like mentioned, yeah, there is a little boy at the doors and there is father with him. I was like, okay, that's amazing. And then next time it happens that actually she saw. I told her, listen, Trini, go to your bed. And she's like, no, no, one girl is there and there is like a man, like her father there. I was like, okay. And we were playing. I asked her name, but she didn't been prepared for that kind of conversation, obviously. And then through time, we were playing on the bed, and she's like, "Okay, no, I go back to my bed." And I was like, "No, no one there." She's like, "No, no, no, they left already." I was like, "Okay." So definitely she saw something, but because she was young, she didn't want to, let's say, mess with this. Of course, me and my fiance didn't saw that. So really funny stuff. She can see, we cannot see. I would say that so me and my fiance didn't see because obviously these doors was being closed for us when we were being young. Obviously our parents was like, yeah, ghosts do not exist, you don't see nothing. And then so when you're young, you just say, okay, these do not exist. So this is actually, like I would say, the first reason why some people cannot see ghosts or spirits or whatever or souls, because we have closed this chapter, these abilities when we was been younger because of our parents. uh, People who can see that, or they are really like opened, truly opened, and they didn't have that kind of parents who will tell them, listen, this do not exist, this do not, you cannot see that kind of stuff. So those are like differences why somebody can see and why somebody cannot see. And of course there's like some of us just make some kind of wall. We don't want to see that, we don't want to handle this, we don't want to mess with this. But I know for myself that actually sometimes I can if this is really like important word, if this other side, so if ghosts wanted to see that I can see them, they will do everything that I will be able to see that. So I remember once, I also mentioned this in one video, I think, when I was being with my ex. I was sleeping, and then when I opened eyes, I saw like a shadow, really like big shadow next to my bed. I was like, I freak out, and then I was like, okay, I'm just dreaming. But I know that I opened eyes, I saw that, and then this just disappeared. And like a few minutes later, my ex wakes me up. Did you just put my leg up and down? I said, no, I didn't do that. I'm sleeping. And she's like, I felt that somebody like grabbed my leg, lifted, and put it down. So obviously at that time in this night, somebody was been there. Somebody really strong who just wanted attention. Sorry that I didn't have that kind of abilities before, because if I will have it, definitely I will try to make contact with this person and start to speak with this person. Maybe this person just wants to go to the light, and obviously this person or this entity didn't know how to do this. So definitely I know that if so ghosts wanted that I see them, they will do everything that I will see them. But, or at least that maybe if I cannot see them, that I can feel them. I don't know if I mentioned this, what happened. It was like at the beginning of relationship with my fiance. I think that she was been pregnant. It was in summertime. We went to one restaurant, and actually this restaurant was been based in one really big shopping mall. And while we were eating, I started to sense that somebody is behind me and wants to speak with me. And so I looked to my fiance and asked, "Is somebody behind me?" I'm getting this weird feeling. Sometimes you get this weird feeling, and then you turn around and you can see one person who's like staring at you, and and you're like, "What the fuck?" So, but at that time, I asked her if somebody behind me, and she's like, "No." I said, "Okay, we are finished. We have to go." Why? Because I sensed that this, whatever it has been, wants to make contact with me, wants to enter me, and wants to give some messages to some people. I didn't know who these people are, who maybe this person who I will have to speak with, this entity wants to. So I said, no, 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 let's finish before even started. So it was like two times that I sensed or that I see, yeah, somebody is here, but who? You know, Angelica told me that actually she has like some coworkers who sensed in one hotel in one really big city in Europe. I will not call this city. That a lot of her coworkers saw some kind of ghost or some felt something, but she never felt that. So definitely, those persons are open and are like prepared for that kind of stuff. But obviously, she is not. She is like, okay, she accepts that, but not enough that they will make contact. Obviously, they know that ghosts know who can help them or who cannot help them. So people who can help them to go to the other side, to help them to connect with something, to deliver some messages, they make a contact. But if they sense, okay, you have no abilities, you have no stuff, you cannot hurt us, they just leave us alone. So definitely, this is also one of the reason why some people do not sense nothing. On the other side, and there is people who can sense and see stuff. Right, last week when I was been in vacations in Croatia. Actually, I texted one friend. I met this guy. He's really mastermind chef. He prepares such a good food that I told him, listen, when I will have a wedding, I will invite you and your wife. You will be my cook on the wedding because he can make simple stuff gorgeous. So I texted him, listen, we are in Croatia. If you have time, we can see each other. He's like, yeah, no problem. Where you are? I told him, he's like, okay, I'm right now in Rijeka. I will visit you. Just let me know when. We agree, and they come. And we were speaking. He has a lot of questions, because he knows of my ability. Like he texted me like 3 to 6 months. What is he for this? What is he for that? But right now he has really a lot of questions. We were sitting, and then he's like, okay, one weird question. Is somebody in our apartment? I got yes, definitely. He's like, I feel this all the time. And then his wife said, yeah, when I first time was being in this apartment, I felt that when he was eating, that somebody is watching her. I said, listen, you can test this. I give her some details, and then they mentioned, you know what? We bought this in our little pet like on the batteries, little dog, with a sensor, and then so when you walk by these sensors, this dog starts to bark. And both of them like you have to know that whenever we walk left or right, this dog never barks, but this dog starts to bark between midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning. And I said, yeah, of course, because at that time these energies became more powerful. And and actually the whole building where they live is built on old graveyard, so a lot of souls are still there. And I said, yeah, you have to know that, like, in this time they just go through your room, through your apartment, and they have some fun, and they have some parties, and so this is why your dog is barking at night, and I'm like, okay, amazing. And then she's like, what the weirdest thing what happened, that once she left, he was working in one restaurant, like maybe 60 kilometers, so it's like 40 miles away. And this was in through summer, so he was working through summer in one restaurant in Croatian coast. But she was being alone, and she spent like 1 week with him, weekend with him, and then she came back home. And she's like, we have this dog, I don't know, in one room, and it's always in this place, And then she said, when I walked into apartment, this dog was being placed in front of me. So when she opened the doors, this dog looked at her, and she was like, who did this? I said, definitely the ghost who is still in your apartment. They're like, what I said, listen, you can speak with this person. I suggest them a few things, and right now I just give them like 1 week, and then I'm like, okay, tell me what you maybe heard from this person, because definitely it's so powerful that they can give some messages, and so definitely they can sense this ghost, but they cannot see it, they cannot touch it. But she told me that actually, yes, like few times it happened that this ghost touched her. Actually, one time actually did something that she had like a mark, So when you do like this, and then when you leave, it's like some kind of like maybe spot is still here. And she told me that once this happened, I said, yeah, definitely it's here, just wants to get some attention. She's really open for this, and actually she will be able to communicate with this person really good. But she needed some guidance. Both of them needed some guidance for me to tell them, listen, what you have to do and stuff like that. So they are open for this. They believe in this. People who believe, but they are not important for ghosts just leave them alone. There is a lot of videos on YouTube. There is a lot of testimonies where people actually saw them, where actually things are happening, when you can actually see on some footages how something was been moving, so definitely it was being caught on the camera also. So I believe in this. There is a lot of, I would say, even proofs that this exists, especially if you visit some kind of places where has been like maybe really dark history, where a lot of people died, where a lot of people died suddenly, or really like crucial death, maybe some earthquakes, or maybe, I don't know, like in some war zones where a lot of people died because of some actions that was being made in the past, that kind of places are full of that kind of ghosts, if you are able to maybe visit, check this out, especially maybe some kind of mental hospitals. Or I know in States there is a lot of old buildings. They're like, yeah, they're ghosted, of course, because there are still ghosts inside, and they just want to make some communication with people who are getting there, because they want to give them some information. You have to know that people who maybe died suddenly, like that they were being killed, this soul is waiting for somebody to give them information. Listen, this and this and this person killed me, and please take care of this. If this is not far away, if this happened like centuries ago, you cannot do nothing. But if this happened really like recently, you can help that ghost slash entity slash soul to find this person who did this, and maybe actually to reopen some cases. So definitely it is happening that there can be two people, one can see, one cannot see. One who can see has some kind of ability and it is more open for this kind of stuff. The other one, it's not so important. It's like you work for some company and then you and coworker doing the same stuff, but your coworker boss call the coworker and not you to explain some stuff. Why not you? Because you are obviously not prepared right now for that kind of actions, but your coworker is. The same stuff that maybe you will understand easier. So definitely do not freak out if you do not see that kind of stuff, maybe even better, because if you will be able to see that, then you will freak out. So sometimes it's better that you don't know things, because if you will know it, then it will be harder for you. Think about that. It's like for me, okay, I enjoy doing my work. I'm enjoying doing my stuff. I enjoy doing mediumship when people enter me and speak through me to all the other persons. For me, it's like I really enjoy every single time that I do reading for past lives, for future, whatever. But some people, they freak out. Some people like, I want to be a medium. If you cannot be a medium, you want to be, definitely your body, your soul is not prepared for this. It is the same stuff for seeing or feeling or sensing ghosts. So if you're not prepared, think again. You're like, yeah, I'm a superhero. I can handle this. I want to see ghosts, and then ghosts will appear in front of you. Like, you make shit. And then you realize, damn, I need diapers. Crazy. You don't need to go through this experience if you just don't want. If God thinks that you don't need that kind of stuff, you will not get it. So simple. Of course, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I want to experience something because this is like really like it can put a lot of some energy, but it's not so easy. It's not so easy as it look like, because it is important that all this is like natural. If you want to force something, it's not good. I know for myself, if I will want to force, I want to be a psychic, I want to be a healer, I want to be a medium, this will not come to me. But because I was like, yeah, okay, if God's plan is that I will have this gift, then it's okay. You just have to accept whatever God is giving you, slash God, slash universe, slash whatever you call this. Then accept this. Do not try to force something. I want to see this, I want to experience that. No, of course you can try to force something, but if it's not meant that you will do this, it will not happen. So if it's not meant that you will experience something, do not worry, because God is protecting you from something. God is protecting you from experience this, because God knows that your soul decided right now in this life that you will not be able to do this, that you will not able to experience this, that you will not be able to go through that kind of situations. So think about that, and then you realize, okay, I don't need these things to happen. I don't need to go through this kind of life, to go through that kind of situations. And when you accept this, you will have much better life. Believe me. Why? Because simplicity is the best. When you start to complicate, yeah, what about this and that sucks. Really. And of course, if you do not go with the flow, if you just resist, a lot of problems will happen. A lot of problems you will go through, and this is something that you don't want. This is something that you don't deserve. This is something that your soul don't want. Ego is one thing, soul is the other thing. So if ego wants something what soul do not want, you will not be able to experience this. Why? Because it's a deeper reason why you cannot go through this. Think again. What you want, what you don't want. What you want because of your ego, and what you want truly from your heart. So definitely yes, there are changings, there are, you can change this, that you cannot see them into, yes, you can see that, or opposite, that maybe you are open for this and then you just don't want to experience this anymore, you know. I remember one, so she has in the same, I speak about this girl, she has ability to see dead people, and she said, I don't want to experience this. I said, listen, it's not so easy. If it's meant to be, you will, you know, but because she don't want this and she will repeat this sentence all over the time, sooner or later, universe, God will close this chapter for her and say, okay, if you do not want this, we will not force you because obviously you're not prepared. But it can happen that later this will be reopened when she will be old enough or grown enough that she will say, yeah, I want to help, I want to see, I want to feel that again, and then all this will be reopened again. But as I'm sensing with her, she will all have this kind of stuff. She just have to accept it, you know. This is one thing. So I hope that I make things clear. It can be really like short description, short stuff that I can speak about this. So not like long stories that it will be like boring. He's talking about the same stuff all the time. So I will just shorten this video tomorrow. Because it's in Wednesday, it's first. In Wednesday, I will have horoscope. So tomorrow I will have pick a letter because last week didn't win. So tomorrow pick a letter, Wednesday horoscope, Thursday horoscope Chinese, Friday we go live. So all week is full. Give me ideas for maybe Saturday, or I think that I have it. We will see. Speak to you soon. Be safe and enjoy your life. And really be safe because right now this second wave is slowly coming. I hope it will not hit us as they plan to hit us. Bye bye.